Whom thus afflicted when sad Eve beheld, desolate where she sat, approaching nigh, soft words to his fierce passion she essayed, but her with stern regard he thus repelled.
Out of my sight, thou serpent, that name best befits thee with him league, thyself is false and hateful. Nothing wants, but that thy shape, like his, and color serpentine may show thy inward fraud, to warn all creatures from thee henceforth, lest that too heavenly form, pretended to hellish falsehood, snare them. But for thee I had persisted happily, had not thy pride and wandering vanity, when least was safe, rejected my forewarning, and disdained not to be trusted, longing to be seen, though by the devil himself, him overweening to overreach, but with the serpent meeting, fooled and beguiled, by him thou, I by thee, to trust thee from my side, imagined wise, constant, mature, proof against all assaults, and understood not all was but a show rather than solid virtue, all but a rib, crooked by nature, bent, as now appears, more to the part sinister from me drawn, will if thrown out, as supernumerary to my just number found.
Oh, why did God, creator wise, that peopled highest heaven with spirits masculine, create at last this novelty on earth, this fair defective nature, and not fill the world at once with men as angels without feminine, or find some other way to generate mankind? This mischief had not then befallen, and more that shall befall, innumerable disturbances on earth through female snares in straight conjunction with this sex. For either he shall never find out fit mate, but such as some misfortunes bring him, or mistake, or whom he wishes most shall seldom gain through her perverseness, but shall see her gained by far worse, or if she loved, withheld by parents, or his happiest choice too late shall meet, already linked in wedlock bound, to a fell adversary, his hate or shame which infinite calamity shall cause to humane life and household peace confound.
He added not, and from her turned, but Eve not so repulsed, with tears that ceased not flowing, and tresses all disordered, at his feet fell humble, and embracing them, besought his peace, and thus proceeded in her plaint.
Forsake me not thus, Adam. Witness heaven, what love sincere and reverence in my heart I bear thee, and unwitting have offended. Unhappily deceived, thy suppliant I beg, and clasp thy knees. Bereave me not, whereon I live, thy gentle looks, thy aid. Thy counsel in this uttermost distress, my only strength and stay. Forlorn of thee, whither shall I betake me? Where subsist?
While yet we live, scarce 1 short hour perhaps, between us two let there be peace, both joining, as joined in injuries, when enmity against a foe by doom express assigned us. That cruel serpent, on me exercise not thy hatred for this misery befallen. On me already lost, me then thyself more miserable. Both have sinned, but thou against God only, I against God and thee, and to the place of judgment will return. There with my cries importune heaven, that all the sentence from thy head removed may light on me. Sole cause to thee of all this woe. Me, only just object of his ire.
She ended weeping, and her lowly plight, immovable till peace obtained from fault acknowledged and deplored, in Adam wrought commiseration. Soon his heart relented towards her, his life so late in sole delight, now at his feet submissive in distress, creature so fair his reconcilement seeking, his counsel whom she had displeased, his aid. As one disarmed, his anger all he lost, and thus with peaceful words upraised her soon.
Unwary and too desirous as before, so now of what thou knowest not, who desirest the punishment all on thyself, alas, bear thine own first, ill able to sustain his full wrath, who thou fillest, as yet least part, and my displeasure bearest so ill. If pleasures could alter high decrees, I to that place would speed before thee, and be louder heard, that on my head all might be visited, thy frailty and infirmer sex forgiven. To me committed and by me exposed, but rise, let us no more contend, nor blame each other. Blame it enough elsewhere, but strive in offices of love, how we might lighten each other's burden in our share of woe. Since this day's death denounce, if aught I see, will prove no 7, but a slow-paced evil, a long day's dying to augment our pain, and to our seed, O hapless seed, derive.
To whom thus Eve, recovering heart, replied,
Adam, by sad experiment I know how little weight my words with thee can find. Found so erroneous, thence by just event found so unfortunate. Nevertheless, restored by thee vile as I am to place of new acceptance, hopeful to regain thy love, the sole contentment of my heart, living or dying. From thee I will not hide. What thoughts in my unquiet breast are risen, tending to some relief of our extremes, or end, though sharp and sad, yet tolerable, as in our evils and of easier choice. Go.
Unwary, in two deserts, as before, so now of what thou knowest not.
Out of my sight, thou serpent, that name best besits thee.
Oh, why did God, creator wise, that people highest heaven with spirits masculine, create at last this novelty on earth, this far defective nature, not fill the world at once with men as angels without feminine, or find some other way to start up her?
Stop that. Let's
Alright.
start this up. Okay. Whom thus afflicted when sad Eve beheld, desolate where she sat, approaching nigh, soft words to his fierce passion she essayed, but with stern regard he thus repelled.
Out of my sight.